Hello everyone, my name is Andy, aka Andy Rants, and today I want to talk to you about some of the mistakes that the Sorting Hat has made over the years. Now, there are definitely a lot of people who fit their house perfectly, but there are also a few who don't. Now, before we talk about this, let's first just go over what each of the houses stands for. Slytherins are ambitious. Pottermore says that they are destined for greatness, which can mean any number of things, and I'm probably biased. Gryffindors are bold and daring. Hufflepuffs are loyal and trustworthy, and Ravenclaws are individual and prize knowledge. Now, I'd like to point out that that doesn't necessarily mean that they are obsessed with school like the stereotypes tend to say. I personally don't like school, but I love learning things. And I think that's likely to be the case with a lot of Ravenclaws. So now that we know what each of the houses stands for, let's talk about some of the people who don't fit the traits of their houses or might just fit better in a different house. First of all, there's Percy Weasley. He is literally the most ambitious person in the entire series. Now, I'm not saying that Gryffindors can't be ambitious or can't want to be Minister of Magic, but that's literally his defining characteristic, and we never see him being particularly bold or daring. So the only reason I can think of that he would be in Gryffindor is if he begged to be like Harry did. Next, there's Wormtail. Now, I get that he needed to be a Gryffindor in order to be a Marauder so that he could betray Lily and James and set the whole story in motion, but are you kidding me? He's like the least brave person there is. It might have been different when he was younger. We don't really know much about him when he was younger, but every single thing we see him do in the series is motivated by fear. That is not a Gryffindor characteristic. I don't know where exactly he does belong. He definitely doesn't fit in Hufflepuff or Gryffindor. He doesn't really fit in Ravenclaw, although he isn't as drastically unfit for it as he is for Hufflepuff and Gryffindor. A case could be made for Slytherin since he seeks out people with power, but he doesn't really fit there either. But regardless, he's definitely not a Gryffindor. Next, there's Snape. Now, Snape is kind of tricky, but he doesn't fit in Slytherin. He was never ambitious. Everything he did was motivated by love for Lily. That's not ambition. Now, I've had really long conversations with people about what house he belongs in, and we have never really come to any consensus. I personally think that he fits the best in Hufflepuff because of his undying loyalty to Lily, but a lot of people disagree with me. It's possible that he's in Slytherin precisely because he didn't fit anywhere particularly and he had a preference for Slytherin. So I can sort of justify his house, but I really don't think he fits there. Next, I want to talk about Dumbledore. Now, the books really like to make a big deal out of that he's a Gryffindor and everything, but he doesn't fit in Gryffindor, like, at all. He shows almost no Gryffindor traits now, and even fewer when he was 11. When he was 11, he was a perfect Slytherin. He was ambitious, he was always trying to be the best. I mean, his whole quest for the Hollows and everything, he was a perfect Slytherin. And so, how did he end up in Gryffindor? Even if he wasn't going to be in Slytherin, you'd think that he would be in Ravenclaw. He fits there more stereotypically than the actual rules of Ravenclaw, but still. I mean, he was incredibly smart, and he prized knowledge and learning. Still does. That's why he's the headmaster of Hogwarts. Regardless, I can't see any reason why he would have ended up in Gryffindor. That just does not make any sense, and I feel like he's only there for the story. Like, for relating to Harry and stuff like that, and he would never have actually been in Gryffindor. Now, last I want to talk about Hermione. I saved her for last because she's very difficult. I can see reasons for her to be in Gryffindor, other than just that Harry needed a friend who actually knew what she was doing. but she fits so much better in Ravenclaw, and not just for the stereotypical reasons, even though those also do apply, but she is such an individual. She doesn't care what other people think, and she always stands up for what she believes in. She's an activist, and although that's never specifically stated, that does tend to be a very Ravenclaw trait. I know that in the book it says that the Sorting Hat seriously considered putting her in Ravenclaw, but why didn't it? I mean, yes, she does have Gryffindor traits. She is brave, but she fits so much better in Ravenclaw. And the only reason I can think of for her to have been sorted into Gryffindor is to help Harry, survive. But she was sorted before Harry, so that can't have been the Sorting Hat's idea. There are definitely plenty of people who fit into their house perfectly, but this just goes to show that Sorting Hat isn't perfect, and it does make mistakes. I wonder if it might be biased because it was Gryffindor's hat. Just an interesting thought. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by leaving a like or a comment down in the comments section. If you want to see more videos like this one, then please subscribe so you'll be told when I make new videos. And I think that's all for today. Bye!